Airlines are banking on you not knowing this. If you're 65 or older, you already qualify for 7 completely free airport perks worth hundreds of dollars, but they're hoping you'll never ask for them. What if I told you there's a faster line you could be in, a seat you could be upgraded to, and even a private lounge where you could wait, eat, and rest, all without paying a single extra dollar? Most travelers never hear about these benefits because they're buried in airline policies and hidden behind polite smiles and vague answers. Yet every one of them is real, and once you know the right words to say, they open up instantly. Today, I'll show you exactly what to ask for, who to ask, and the phrases that turn no into yes. Before we go further, if you believe seniors deserve to fly with dignity and comfort, hit subscribe. That one click helps more travelers uncover what's rightfully theirs. Most people assume airlines treat every passenger the same, but the truth is they operate on quiet layers of privilege. And age, when you know how to use it, can open doors they don't advertise. My name's not on any airline payroll. I spent years researching how airports and carriers structure their policies. And what I found is simple. The less you know, the more you pay. Airlines survive on passenger ignorance. Every perk they reveal costs them money, which is why the benefits meant for seniors are buried under polite policies and fine print. They'd rather you think comfort costs extra, that upgrades are reserved for elite travelers, and that your age earns you nothing more than patience. But here's the truth. If you're 65 or older, you already qualify for more than you've been told. The real challenge isn't earning these perks. It's knowing they exist and asking the right way. Today, we'll start from the gate and end in the lounge, uncovering 7 airport secrets airlines never talk about. Each one is fully legitimate, completely free, and designed to make travel less exhausting and far more comfortable. Stay with me because number 7 might actually get you into airport lounges for free, even if you're flying economy. And if you've ever felt that older travelers deserve more respect than they're given, consider subscribing. You'll not only help others travel smarter, you'll also help expose what airlines quietly keep out of sight. Perk number 1, free wheelchair assistance. Imagine walking into a crowded terminal, people rushing, announcements echoing, lines stretching endlessly, but instead of joining the chaos, someone is waiting for you. They greet you by name, take your bag, and guide you calmly through security, straight to your gate. No stress, no confusion, no racing the clock. That isn't a luxury upgrade. It's a federally mandated right called ambulatory assistance available to any traveler over 65 who requests it. You don't need to show proof of disability or carry a doctor's note. All you have to say at booking or check-in is, "I'd like ambulatory assistance." Behind the scenes, every major airline in the United States is required by law to provide this service at no cost. They can't refuse it, they can't delay it, and they can't charge you extra. Yet most seniors don't know it exists, and the airlines aren't exactly eager to bring it up. Why? Because every wheelchair escort means extra staffing, coordination, and time, all of which cut into profits. What makes this especially useful is that it's flexible. You can request it one way if you prefer, for instance, just for your connecting flight or the leg that involves a large terminal. It's your choice, and you never need to feel guilty for asking. This isn't charity, it's a service written into federal law to make travel safer and more dignified for older adults. So the next time you or someone you love is flying, remember this phrase, "I'd like ambulatory assistance." It can turn a stressful airport experience into a calm, guided journey. And if your parents or grandparents still struggle through long terminals, share this video with them. No one deserves to pay for help that's already theirs. Perk number 2, TSA pre-check senior exception. No application needed. Most travelers assume that faster security lines come with paperwork, background checks, and a $78 fee. But here's the quiet exception almost no one talks about. If you're 75 or older, you already have access to a simplified version of TSA PreCheck. No forms, no fingerprints, no interview. It's automatic. The system flags your age when your ID's scanned, and security officers are trained to guide you through a separate, faster lane, whenever possible. This means no rushing to untie shoes, no juggling electronics, no pulling off jackets while balancing a boarding pass. You keep your shoes on, your dignity intact, and your travel rhythm steady. Most seniors don't realize they're entitled to this because TSA doesn't promote it the way they do paid memberships. But it's built into the process, waiting to be recognized. The key is how you communicate. You don't need to demand or explain. A simple, confident phrase works best. "Good morning, I'm over 75. Am I eligible for the expedited screening today?" That polite reminder signals the officer to verify your age and in most cases direct you towards the shorter lane. This small acknowledgement of age changes the tone of your entire airport experience. Instead of being treated as another passenger in line, you're recognized as someone the system is designed to support. It's not a favor, it's policy. One that saves you time, protects your comfort, and restores a sense of respect that many older travelers have quietly lost over the years. And if you know someone who still hurries through security, shoes in hands, and patience running thin, tell them about this. It's one of those rare moments in travel where age truly works in your favor. Perk number 3. Hidden senior discounts airlines don't advertise. Here's something most travelers never realize. The biggest airline discounts for seniors aren't online. They exist, but they're buried, hidden behind reservation lines that hardly anyone calls anymore. American Airlines quietly offers up to 10% off for travelers 65 or older. United has senior fares on select routes, and Southwest still honors flexible senior tickets that let you change or cancel without penalty. None of this shows up on their websites because once people start asking, profits drop. To access them, you have to go old school. You pick up the phone. The moment that call connects, use the exact phrase, "Hi, I'd like to book a senior fare for passengers 65 or older." That one line triggers a search category most booking agents won't open unless you mention it. It's not a special favor, it's a price tier that still exists in the system but remains invisible online. And here's an insider tip few know about. Tuesday afternoons, between 1 and 3 p.m. local time, airlines often refresh unlisted fares to adjust for the week's booking trends. That's the moment when senior discounts are most likely to appear. Call during that window and you could easily shave $50 to $100 off a round trip without using a single coupon or promo code. This isn't about gaming the system, it's about understanding it. The airlines created these discounts decades ago to encourage older travelers to keep flying. But once automation took over, they simply stopped telling people they still exist. The knowledge faded and the savings went with it. So try it on your next trip. You might be surprised by how quickly the agent adjusts the price once you mention your age. And if you've ever asked for a senior fare and actually gotten one, share it in the comments. You might just help someone else save hundreds on their next flight. Perk number 4, senior priority boarding rights. Most passengers think priority boarding is reserved for first class or elite members, but there's a quiet exception the airlines don't mention. Seniors with mobility needs can board before almost anyone else. No doctor's note required. The only thing you need is the right phrase, spoken politely at the gate. "I'd like pre-boarding assistance due to mobility needs." That single sentence changes everything. Once you say it, you're added to a special list, and when boarding starts, your name is called before first class. You walk on calmly, with space to store your bag, time to settle in, and no pressure from the crowd behind you. It's a moment of dignity in an environment that often feels rushed and impatient. The key is knowing that you don't have to justify your request. Mobility needs is a recognized category, and gate agents are trained to honor it without question. The simple policy is about inclusion, not privilege. It ensures that older travelers aren't squeezed in line or forced to navigate crowded aisles with luggage while younger passengers rush past. And here's a pro tip. If you've already requested wheelchair assistance, pre-boarding comes automatically. You'll move from check-in straight through security and onto the plane without ever feeling hurried. Every traveler over 65 deserves that kind of ease, but most never experience it because they think they have to earn it. You don't. You just have to ask. And if you've ever felt brushed aside while boarding, don't let it happen again. Subscribe now. This channel's about making travel fair for every age. Perk number 5, free seat upgrades when you know how to ask. Most travelers assume upgrades are reserved for loyalty members or lucky few, but senior passengers have a quiet kind of influence that's rarely used. At every gate, agents have full discretion to adjust seating, and for travelers over 65, comfort is a valid reason. The trick isn't to ask for an upgrade, it's to mention comfort. That one word changes how to hear your request. A simple sentence like, "I sometimes have back pain, is there any seating with extra legroom available?" signals a legitimate need, not a demand. It tells the agent you're not trying to game the system, just asking for a reasonable adjustment. And that's exactly where most passengers go wrong. They lead with entitlement. "Can you move me up?" Or, "I paid enough for this ticket," and that tone shuts the door immediately. But when you're calm, kind, and specific, staff often go out of their way to help. Gate agents deal with tension all day, delayed flights, angry customers, constant pressure. When a senior traveler approaches with quiet courtesy, it cuts through the noise. You stand out as the only person they want to help. Sometimes that means an aisle C for easier access, sometimes a row with extra legroom, or even a seat in premium economy if space allows. These decisions happen quietly, and the airline rarely advertises because they rely on the discretion of the moment. It's not about luck, it's about language. Knowing what to say and how to say it turns a cramped flight into a comfortable one. And when you realize that a simple, well-phrased request can unlock what others pay hundreds for, it's not just a win, it's proof that knowledge still has real value in travel. Perk number 7, the baggage fee loophole. Every time you check a bag, the airline sees another chance to charge you. But here's what most travelers over 65 never realize. There are entire categories of baggage that are legally exempt from those fees. Airlines know it, but they rarely bring it up because every free bag is lost revenue. There are 3 major loopholes that can save you hundreds if you simply mention the right words at check-in. First, if you're a veteran, most airlines will waive baggage fees entirely once your status is linked to your frequent flyer profile or mentioned during booking. It's a quiet thank you policy hidden deep within their terms, but it only works if you bring it up. They'll never remind you. Second, medical equipment. Anything related to your health flies free by law. CPAP machines, portable oxygen, medication cooling bags, wheelchairs, walkers, and other mobility aids can't be counted against your baggage allowance. The phrase you use is simple. I'm traveling with medical supplies that require temperature control. Once those words are spoken, the airline is required to tag and transport the item at no cost. You don't need to argue or prove a condition, just state it clearly. And third, certain companion passes quietly extend these privileges. If you're traveling with a partner and you qualify for senior or medical exemptions, your travel companion may also receive a free bag under the same policy. It's rarely advertised, but staff can apply it if you ask. These are not loopholes in the shady sense. They're rights written into policy, but left unspoken because profit depends on silence. The less you know, the more you pay. Don't let airlines profit off your health. Hit subscribe, so the next time you pack, you'll know exactly what's truly free and what's just another money trap. Perk number 7, airport lounge acts as secret, even in economy. Most travelers think airport lounges are only for business class or first class passengers, the ones with premium cards or company-funded tickets. But what if I told you that some of the quietest, most comfortable spaces in any airport are accessible to ordinary seniors for free? That's right. Behind the noise and chaos of crowded gates, there's a quieter world designed for rest, recovery, and dignity. And most people simply don't know how to access it. It begins with one simple overlooked truth. Airlines and airports have medical accommodation policies that extend to senior travelers, especially those with health or comfort concerns during long layovers. The secret lies in how you ask. When you approach the counter, it's not about demanding access, it's about clarity and calm authority. Try saying, I'm a senior traveler with medical considerations. Are there accommodation options during my layover? That single phrase triggers a different process. Agents are trained to recognize it as a legitimate comfort request, not a luxury perk. They can check for lounge access through delay vouchers, courtesy programs, or medical accommodation arrangements. Sometimes they'll even issue a pass when there's a long delay or a need for quiet space between connecting flights. It's a system built quietly into the framework of customer care, but rarely mentioned out loud. Airlines know that comfort has a cost, and yet regulations and partnerships require them to provide it under specific conditions. Veterans programs also extend similar privileges, offering rest spaces or partner lounges as part of recognition benefits. The emotional shift is powerful. You go from waiting in a noisy terminal to resting in a soft chair with peace, privacy, and a cup of coffee you didn't have to fight for. That moment isn't about privilege, it's about knowing how the system works and using language that opens doors instead of closing them. Because at the end of the day, these lounges weren't built just for luxury. They were built for comfort, and comfort belongs to everyone who knows how to ask. Most travelers think the system is fixed, that upgrades, comfort, and small courtesies are reserved for those who pay extra. But there's a quiet language that changes everything. It begins with one simple sentence. Hi, I'm 65 and traveling today. I wanted to check what accommodations might be available for senior passengers with mobility considerations. This line works because it combines 3 key elements: identity, intention, and respect. You're not demanding, you're identifying yourself as part of a protected passenger category, seniors with mobility considerations. You're showing awareness of airline procedure by using the word accommodations, which triggers a service-based response instead of a transactional one. And your tone remains polite and open-ended, giving the staff room to offer solutions. Whether you're speaking at the booking desk, calling customer service, or standing at the gate, this single sentence can quietly unlock almost every comfort perk we've covered, from early boarding and seating flexibility to lounge access and baggage waivers. It's not manipulation, it's communication, and it works because it aligns your needs with the agent's role, to assist passengers who ask the right way. Now let's put it all together. At booking, request wheelchair assistance. Even if you don't need it the whole way, it ensures smoother movement through security and early boarding. 24 hours before your flight, call the airline about senior fares or unadvertised flexibility options. At check-in, mention your age politely. This alone can trigger seating considerations. At the gate, ask about pre-boarding to settle in before the rush. And during delays, inquire about senior accommodations, especially if you need rest or medical comfort. These benefits exist for a reason. You've earned them through years of contribution, patience, and experience. Airlines simply count on most travelers not knowing or forgetting to ask. So here's a question. Which of these surprised you the most? Have you ever claimed one successfully? Share your story below because every comment helps build a network of smarter, more confident senior travelers who look out for each other. And if this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button right now. Not for me, but so more seniors can travel with confidence, comfort, and the respect they deserve. Travel smarter, live bolder, because you've earned it.